Good afternoon. So, continuation of our topic for human resource management. Chapter 2, we will discuss strategic human resource management. Chapter 1, we have discussed human resource management itself. So, Chapter 2 will be focusing on how can we strategize the implementation of human resource management, strategic human resource management. So, let's see. Introduction, the goal of strategic management in an organization is to deploy and allocate resource in a way that gives it a competitive advantage. So yun yung goal ng strategic plan or strategic management. How can we allocate these resources effectively? Okay? Paano ba natin siya i-allocate ng tama? The most efficient, the most effective way. Okay? So human resource management should have input into the strategic plan, have specific knowledge on the organization's strategic goals, know what type of employee skills, behaviors, and attitudes are needed to support the strategic plan, and develop programs to ensure that employees have those skills, behaviors, and attitudes. In formulating the strategic plan, hindi lang yung upper management ang involved. Okay? Hindi lang siya yung involved dito in formulating the strategic plan na ginawa natin. But more importantly, up to the lowest employee, okay, yung pinaka nasa ilalim, sabihin natin mga simpleng employee themselves, ay kasama din sa formulation ng strategy. Mahalaga din, may ginagawa din sila. Okay, so lahat ng empleyado in an organization may kinalaman sa pag-i-implement ng strategy na yon. So what is strategic management? Strategic management is a process for analyzing a company's competitive situation, developing the company's strategic goals, and devising a plan of action and allocation of resources that will help a company achieve its goals. Okay? So lahat nga, sabi ko nga mahalaga yung strategic management plan sa isang company. Hindi kasi pwedeng pasok ka lang ng pasok or trabaho ka lang ng trabaho on your own. Baka hindi magtagal yung company mo. Okay? Make sure na yung ginagawa mo within the company is aligned dun sa strategic management plan ng company mo. Hindi pwedeng wala namang sigurong empleyado na papasok sa opisina or papasok sa company na gagawin lang niya yung gusto niya. So, hindi siya ganon. Okay? The employees working in a company should be aligned, or kung ano yung ginagawa ng isang empleyado sa isang company should be aligned doon sa strategic plan ng company nila. Walang empleyado na gumagawa kung ano yung gusto niyang gawin. Hindi magiging successful yung company pagka ganon. Strategic human resource management is a pattern of planned human resource. Nga sabi ko sa kanina, it is a pattern of planned human resource deployment. Okay? Kung yung sa employee A magaling sa accounting, doon siya ilalagay. Kung sa employee B magaling sa technical, magaling sa computer, okay, sa ICT siya ilalagay. So, by doing that, doon pala makikita mo na may strategic plan ang isang company. Hindi siya mix-mix. Okay? Wala namang magaling sa accounting ilalagay sa ICT. Okay? Or magaling sa ICT or magaling sa computer ilalagay sa accounting. Hindi siya ganon. Kung saan sabi nga natin the previous chapter, meron tayong division of labor and specialization. That division and labor and specialization is already included sa pag-handle ng strategic management plan. Nag-devise ka na ng strategy mo by doing division and labor and specialization. So, ano yung components of strategic management process? Meron tayong formulation and implementation. Okay, strategic formulation, strategic planning groups decide on a strategy direction by defining the company's mission and goals, its external opportunities and threats, and its internal strengths and weaknesses. So, later makikita natin yan. Ano naman yung implementation? The organization follows through on the strategy that has been chosen. This includes structuring the organization, allocating resources, ensuring that the firm has skilled employees in place, and developing reward systems that align employee behavior with the strategic goals. So we have two components in strategic management process. We have the formulation and implementation. Formulation is a step wherein you formulate or devise your strategic management plan. Okay? Sa pagpo-formulate pa lang ng strategic management process or sa pagpo-formulate pa lang ng SMP or strategic management plan or ng management plan, nagdi-devise na tayo, how can we implement these structures effectively. Okay? Hindi tayo pwedeng mag-implement ng isang strategy if in the first place wala tayong na-formulate. Yung strategic formulation, it should come first before implementation. Magpo-formulate ka muna, or kumbaga gagawa ka muna ng draft or ng plano mo regarding your company. And after that, kapag nakagawa ka na ng isang strategic management plan, sunod na doon is the implementation. Okay, mahalaga din yung implementation. Hindi porke nakagawa ka ng magandang plano, tapos na doon. The next thing or the most important thing is how can we implement these strategies. Hindi siya magtatapos sa paggagawa ng plano. Wala naman sigurong ganon na nagtatapos sa gawa ng plano. Gumawa ka pa ng plano tapos hindi mo nang pala i-implement. So, importante din yung paggagawa ng implementation. Okay? Pero syempre, before implementing these strategies, magpo-formulate ka muna. Ang pinakauna is the formulation of strategies. And then next after that is the implementation. So dito, tingnan natin. We have strategy formulation and the strategic implementation. So sabi ko nga sa formulation, included na dyan yung the mission, the goal. Okay? Syempre, we have two types of environment or analysis na pwedeng gawin na kailangan din nating i-include in formulating the strategic management plan. Meron tayong external analysis and internal analysis. External analysis, ito yung opportunities and threats coming outside our company. Okay? Meron sa company kasi or sa isang organization, there are two types of environment. Meron tayong external environment and at the same time, meron din tayong internal environment. Sa external type of environment, andyan yung ating competitors and consumers or yung ating mga producers kasama din doon. No? Yun yung ang titingnan natin when it comes to external analysis is the opportunities and threats coming outside the company. Okay? Pagdating naman sa internal analysis, ang titingnan natin is the strength and weaknesses coming within the company itself. Okay? Yung strength and weaknesses is within the company or internal environment, yung opportunities and threats coming from external analysis or external environment. And then after that, you have to make the choice kung ano yung pinakamagandang, syempre, out of that so many plans na ginawa mo, ano yung pinakamaganda dito. Pipili ka ngayon kung ano yung pinakamagandang plano doon sa ginawa mo. Let's say, halimbawa, meron tayong nabuo na 3 na SMP, Strategic Management Plan. Ano yung pinakamaganda doon sa 3 na yon? Doon papasok ngayon yung strategic choice natin. Okay? And then, syempre, after choosing what is the best plan na nagawa natin, doon na ngayon papasok yung implementation. As we can see here, ang laki ng papel ng HR sa implementation of the strategy. Lahat naman nga may papel. Sabi ko, as what I have said earlier, lahat naman kasi may kanya-kanyang papel when it comes to implementation of the strategy. But for this subject, magfo-focus tayo ano ba yung mga papel na ginagawa ng HR sa pag-maintain or sa pag-implement ng strategic management plan. So, ang dami. Tingnan natin, meron diyang recruiting, meron training, we have performance management, labor relation, employee relation, job analysis, job design, selection, development, pay structure, incentives, and benefits. So, lahat ng to umiikot sa isang typical na HR department. Another one is human resource capability. Okay? The skills, the abilities, and the knowledge of the employee themselves. Okay? Pasok ba siya sa ating ginawang strategic plan? The human resource actions, the behavior, and the results. And, syempre, pag lahat ng yan is naging successful sa ating paggagawa ng plano, successful tayo sa pag-formulate, successful tayo sa pag-implement, ang sunog na the next or ang output nun na sinasabi is the firm performance. Meron tayong magandang output sa productivity, meron tayong magandang output sa quality, meron tayong magandang output sa profitability. That's a good strategic management plan. Pag ito na-achieve natin ng maganda, ibig sabihin, maganda yung dalawang ito. So, ano naman yung role of HRM strategy formulation? admin linkages, lowest level of integration. HRM functions attention is focused on day-to-day activities. No input from the HRM function or to the company's strategic plan is given. So yun yung admin linkages. One-way linkage, the strategic business planning function develops the plan and then informs the HRM function of the plan. HRM then helps in the implementation process. Two-way linkage allows for consideration of human resource issues during the strategy formulation process. The HRM function is expected to provide input to potential strategic choices and then help implement the chosen option. And the last one is integrative linkage is based on continuing rather than sequential interaction. The HR executive is an integral member of the strategic planning team. So later I will be explaining on that. So ito yung blueprint kumbaga ng strategic formulation, no? Sabi ko nga kanina, naka-align dapat doon sa na-formulate natin na strategic management plan, doon sa nagawa natin or doon sa na-devise natin na strategic management plan, okay, dapat included dun yung ating mission. Yung vision kasama din. Yung goal kasama din. Okay? The analysis of the external environment and internal environment. And syempre, the strategic choice. Ano ba yung napili natin? Sabi ko nga kanina, out of 3 options or out of 3 SMP na ginawa natin, ano yung pinakamaganda dito? Siyempre, pipili tayo ng pinakamaganda. Yun yung strategic choice na sinasabi. So, meron tayong 5 component of the strategic management process. Meron tayong goal, or ano ba yung goal? Okay? Or review lang ng ating strategic formulation. Goal are what the organization hopes to achieve in the medium to long-term future. External analysis, consisting of examining the organization's operating environment to identify strategic opportunities and threats. Internal analysis attempts to identify the organization's strengths and weaknesses, and strategic choice is the organization's strategy. So, ganito siya, class. No? Meron tayong different types of linkages here. Ayusin ko lang to. Wait lang. Let's arrange this. Medyo nagkagulo. Ayan. Okay. So, tingnan natin, no? Ayan. So, nag-start tayo sa product market strategy. Papunta sa performance, no? Siyempre, for us to consider na maganda yung ating ginawang strategy, lahat ng to kasama. Okay? Lahat ng to dapat included sa pagpo-formulate ng strategy. The organizational structure, the type of information, the task design, the reward system sa company, and the selection and training and development of people. So, lahat ng to, if you will notice, connected siya sa isa't isa. Lahat ng to may kinalaman sa pag-achieve ng best performance when it comes to when it comes to the performance of the company. Okay? So, lahat ng to papunta dito sa performance or sa best performance na pwede ma-achieve ng isang company. Lahat ng to may kinalaman. All these linkages or all these attributes, different attributes, is connected to each other. In doing that, makaka-achieve tayo ng best performance na pwedeng ma-achieve ng isang company. So, ano naman yung different HRM practices? Meron tayong job analysis, recruitment, training, job design, selection, and development. Okay? According to Michael Porter, nag-hypothesize siya that in order for the firm to be competitive, meron tayong reduced cost, overall cost for our leadership, or charge a premium price for a differentiated product or services. So, HRM needs in strategic type. Different strategy require different types of employees. Role behavior are the behaviors required of an individual in his or her role as a job holder in a social work environment. Because strategy firms seek efficiency and therefore carefully define the skills they need in employees and use work participation to seek cost-saving ideas. Differentiation, on the other hand, firms need creative risk takers. So lahat ng to ay pwedeng gawin or lahat ng to pwedeng i-include when it comes to strategic formulation and implementation. So yan, no? Ito yung iba't ibang strategies na pwede nating isipin when it comes to formulating the strategic management plan. External growth, kailangan ba natin mag-expand ang ating company? The concentration strategy, included din siya. The internal growth, syempre. External growth, external environment ang included dyan. Internal growth, paano natin ma-achieve yun? Mergers, okay, acquisitions and downsizing. So lahat ng to, i-consider natin para tayo maka-achieve ng isang magandang strategic management plan. So ano yung role ng HR in providing competitive advantage? Meron diyang emergent strategies, those that involve from the grassroots of the organization. So what actually is done versus what is planned. Sabi ko nga kanina dun sa unang slides ko pa, baka maganda yung strategic management plan, maganda yung plano, but is it implemented strategically? Nagawa mo ba or na-implement mo siya ng maayos din? Hindi, sabi ko nga formulating strategy is not the end of it all. Hindi siya magtatapos sa pagfo-formulate lang. May maganda ka nga nagawa, may napili ka nga magandang strategic management plan, pero paano mo siya implement? So, what actually is done versus what is planned. So, dapat kung ano yung nasa blueprint, kung ano yung nasa plano, ganun din dapat ang kakalabsan sa implementation. Okay? Hindi pwedeng maganda yung plano, pangit yung implementation. Hindi ka rin successful nun. Successful ka sa pag-formulate ng strategy, pero pagdating sa pag-implement ng strategy, pumalpa ka. So, ang end result nun, palpak din. HR plays an important role in facilitating the communication of emergent strategies between levels in hierarchy and enhancing firm competitiveness. By developing a rich pool of talent, HR can assure the company's ability to adapt to a dynamic environment. Ayan. So, 4 basic competencies. Meron tayong business competencies, understanding the company's economic and financial capabilities, professional and technical knowledge in HR practices such as selection techniques and compensation system, change process or organizational development. We have techniques, the ability to diagnose the need for change and develop and implement the appropriate intervention, and integration competencies, a generalist perspective with the skills of a specialist in the above 3 areas. So lahat ng to ay competency level na ginagawa or what should be done ng isang HR management. Ayan. So sabi ko nga dito, how can you consider yourself as an HR professional? So paano mo masasabi na ikaw ay isang HR professional? Are you business competent? Ayan. So dapat meron kang characteristic na nito. Integration competent, meron ka ba niyan? Professional and technical knowledge, meron ka ba niyan? And ability to manage change. So lahat ng to kailangan mong gawin, or lahat ng to kailangan mong i-implement, lahat ng to different types of competencies. Pag ito na-achieve mo strategically, then you can say na ikaw ay isang successful or magaling sa strategy na HR professional. So that's it, class. That's the end of our module 2 or chapter 2, Strategic Human Resource Management. On Friday, I will be giving a quiz on chapter 1 and chapter 2, so please review on that, and later I will be uploading this material sa ating Google Classroom. For the meantime, manood muna kayo ng video ko and aralin, makinig doon sa sinabi ko for you to be prepared sa exam on Friday. Maybe Friday or Monday. Monday, the least siguro, no? But still be prepared if ever na magbigay ako sa Friday, but still mag-review na rin kayo regarding chapter 1 and chapter 2. So that's it. Thank you for listening and have a good day.